Kia ora, Helen Brums here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap Pod. Nope, hang on. Rewind that. Welcome to Porch Light Letters Podcast, number 2169. Cross that one off right now. Holding on, letting go. That's what we're talking about tonight. It is night 3. Sorry, I can't see very well right now. So if you see me blinking a lot, I don't know what it is. I feel like I've got goop in my eyes that I can't get out of, and I'm having to blink like crazy to try and clear up my vision. And I'm out of eye drops. I just had to order some more because I am completely out of eye drops. So if you see me blinking a lot, please forgive me for that. I'm trying to get the goop out of my eyes. But it feels like you've got goop in your eyes, and then when you blink, it spreads it and makes it worse, and then you got to blink again to try and clear it up. But anyway, tonight we are on week 11. Talking in the meantime is our topic this week. Sorry, our theme. Oh, excuse me. Our theme for the week. Oh my gosh, it has been a crazy day. And our topic for tonight is holding on, letting go. So this is night 3 of our series. Porch Light Reflection Journal is available on Amazon. Just scan the QR code up here in the top left-hand corner. Hang on. I was thinking about just washing my eyes, but then I realized I was going to have a whole bunch of like mascara and eyeliner everywhere, and that would not be pretty. So, all right, holding on, letting go. Let's get talking about this. Okay. All right. There's a sacred tension in the middle, the space where we're not sure whether to hold on tighter or loosen our grip. Tonight we step into that honest space between attachment and release. What it's going to teach us is in between seasons. Sorry, I'm so sorry, I can't read it. Everything's going blurry in my eyesight. What it teaches is in between seasons often ask us to evaluate what's still serving me and what's weighing me down. Holding on can feel like safety, but sometimes it's rooted in fear, not love. Letting go isn't always loss, it can be liberation. Both require courage, both ask us to trust. And I kind of had a conversation like this today. I actually had a conversation like this today with a friend of mine. And we were talking about Zeffie and what's going on with her, and does she still have quality over quantity on her life? And I said, absolutely. I said, she woke me up this morning before 5 o'clock. It was like 10 to 5 when she woke me up, and she wanted out. And so as soon as my feet hit, and I looked down, she was right beside my bed, right near, as close to my head as she could possibly get, sitting on the floor next to the bed. And she was whining, and that's what woke me up, was her whining. I looked at her and says, oh, what do you need? And she just whines at me. And so I threw the covers back as I reached over to turn the lamp on, swung my feet down on the floor. The moment my feet hit the floor, boom, she was gone. Like, she was down the hallway. And to get to the door to get out back, she's got to go down the hallway, across in front of the little hallway here to the office, and then through the kitchen and dining and family room area to get to the door. So she's got to do this big U shape. She was gone. She was like, shoom, gone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened to my dog? My dog hasn't expressed this much energy in a long time. So I get out there, and she's like pacing all around and zooming backwards and forwards between the kitchen and the door, trying to find out where am I. And so I finally get the door open for her, and zoom, she's gone out the door. And I step out onto the patio to see and look over to see where she's gone. She's already gone. It's barely daylight. Like, the sun hasn't even risen at this point, and it's just starting to tinge the sky. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous morning out there, but it was hot. If you have a look on my Facebook page, you will see what temperature it was when we went for a walk this morning. It was a little on the warm side. And so I sat down on the couch and waited like I normally do. And she came zooming back in about 2 minutes later. Like 2 minutes later, she's there. And I'm like, okay. We had, let's see, what did we have? It was, okay. So it wasn't even 6 o'clock. If I look in the photo, I think it tells me what time it was. Yeah, it was 5:42 this morning, a.m. Pacific time or Arizona time. It was 92 degrees Fahrenheit or 33 degrees Celsius. It wasn't even 6 o'clock, and we're already looking at those temperatures. Today we headed for like 117 degrees Fahrenheit, and I can't remember what the Celsius is on that. It was a lot. 48, I think it was. Was it 48? Oh, now I've got to go look again because I don't like not knowing. Yeah, it was heading to 48. So 117 degrees Fahrenheit or 48 degrees Celsius. It was hot. But yeah, she was out the door and back in again, and she was ready to go. So at that point, it was sort of like I had to go back to the bedroom because I could hear the alarms going off, the alarm clock going off. And so we got back there, turned that off, lazed around for a little bit, and then I was just like, let's get up and get going. And by 5:30, I was up, I was dressed, and I was putting my socks on when I looked to see what the temperature was, and that's when I posted those two pictures of the temperature on my phone. I was like, yeah, and I'm not going to make my Kiwi people convert, well, those that are metric, I'm not going to make them convert this. I'm just going to give them Fahrenheit, Celsius, figure it out. And we went for a very hot walk this morning. Came back from that, and Zeffy was very peppy this morning, and she wanted to do her walk. She wanted to take it a little longer. And after the last couple of days where we didn't do the walk 2 days ago, yesterday I ended up carrying her for the last part of the walk. I was just sort of like, and we only did half the walk yesterday, and I ended up carrying her home the last part, and I was just like, no. And so then I was having this conversation today with a friend of mine over Zeffy's life. Is it quality or quantity right now? I said, it's definitely quality. I said, we had a couple of rough days there where I thought this is it. But I said, she's bounced back and is eating really well. I have figured out finally how to get the syringe, because I got to give her a liquid medication. I finally figured out how to get the syringe into her mouth so it shoots it straight down her throat and it doesn't go on her tongue. If it goes on her tongue, then she won't eat because the thing coats her tongue and she hates it and she's drinking so much. But if I can shoot it so it goes towards the back of her throat where there's obviously no taste buds back there or anything else, it goes down and she doesn't go and drink copious amounts of water and she eats her food. And so, yeah, we're sitting on, I don't think I've filled up, I filled up her food this morning. That's right. I did her food this morning and I haven't done any since. So, she's still there, but no, there you are. She's sleeping the day away. And so it's one of those things. Am I holding on too tight or am I ready to let her go? I'm not ready to let her go at all. And so this conversation was one that I had today with a friend about holding on and letting go. And I've already said that if her quality of life, if it becomes quantity over quality and the quality is no longer there, then I'm going to have to let her go. And I know this. It's like going through stuff in the house as well. It's sort of like, well, this is my favorite, does it still serve me? No, it does not. Okay, do I let it go or do I hang on to it for sentimental reasons? So there's been a lot of that going on as well. So not only just mentally, but physically, there has been a lot of stuff of, do I hang on to it or do I let it go? My donate pile is slowly increasing as the hanging on stuff is slowly decreasing. So I am starting, and there's just days it's just sort of like, I get in this rhythm, and we talked about that back on, I think it was week 2. I get into this rhythm of, okay, we're going to go in this room and we're just going to start going through stuff. I've got 10 minutes on the clock. How much stuff can I recycle, donate, or put in a sell pile? I'm not even talking the keep pile. I'm just like, 10 minutes is on the clock. I got to go into this room and we're going to just do a basic, fired up sort of releasing stuff. So how much can we put in the donate pile? How much goes into recycle and how much goes in the sell pile? So there's that sort of thing. I'm not even talking about hanging on to stuff and keeping it, but that just naturally happens as you're going through things. And, realization, things come to a head when you're sorting through stuff. I've done an initial quick sort. Sorry, my eyes are just driving me nuts. I hate not being able to see. When I'm going through this stuff, yes, I've already been through the stuff. Now I'm doing the deeper disconnect stuff. We need to disconnect. There's still too much stuff being held onto. I need to let stuff go. So that's what I am learning this week. I mean, This week's topic of in the meantime, as I said last night, is very, very relevant to me right now. It's relevant in the sense of I'm in that in-between time. I am so ready to move to New Zealand right now, but there is so much that is putting us on hold and making us wait. And I don't like this waiting thing, but I'm having to learn to be patient. I'm having to learn that we're in between stuff right now. And while we're in this in between stuff, there's still a lot of stuff that we can do and get done. So I'm learning to let go of things. I am learning to let go of stuff mentally. I am learning to let go of stuff physically. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So what happens when you stop gripping so tightly and start listening instead? You give yourself permission to let go of old stories, roles, timelines, expectations. I'm going to add on there things. You realize that not everything that brought you here is meant to go with you forward. That was a hard one to realize. When I'm looking at stuff, I'm going, we're going to be moving forward with this stuff. And is this stuff still going to serve me when I go to New Zealand? No. So why am I hanging on to it? So there's a lot of, so even though there's a lot of mental stuff going on, there's the physical stuff going on as well. And so this time is not just the mentality in here. It's also giving yourself permission to let go of things that no longer serve you. Yes, you might have a sentimental tie to it. So why are you, is it going to serve you in the future? No, why are you hanging on now? So there's a lot of that going on. You hold on to your truth while loosening your grip on the outcome. Marry the process, divorce the results. That's one that I've been taught. I've been taught that saying for a lot of years by my business mentor, Casey. And right now it is really hitting home how true that is. Marry the process, divorce the results. If you are married to the results, the process is not going to be there. So we need to marry the process and divorce the results, because not all the outcomes will come out exactly how you want them to. The process to get to there may not occur if you are married to the results. So marry the process, divorce the results. I know it sounds simple. It can be a challenge. How we carry forward. Ask yourself, is this holding me together or holding me back? Am I not sorting through this stuff because I want to hang on to it tightly? In that case, it could be holding me back. I need to learn to let go. Or is this holding me together? Yes, it's holding me together. Is it going to serve me going forward? Maybe not. So maybe I'm actually using it to hold me back. Let go with love. Honor what once served you and release it with grace. And that is a really hard thing to do. It's that, what's that Japanese lady who does the organizing thing where you give gratitude. You give gratitude to things that have served you but no longer serve you. And it's a way to release with grace. What's her method? I've seen a few YouTube videos a while ago of this. There's a Japanese organizer woman out there, cannot remember her name, but as she was helping people go through stuff, and she would ask them, is this going to serve you moving forward? And she would ask them, is this going to move? Does this still bring you joy? If it doesn't bring you joy, honor it, give thanks for it, and release it. Thank you. It could be something as simple as, I love my amethysts. It could be something as simple as, does this still bring me joy? Yes, this still brings me joy. I love my crystals. And I love having them around. I actually, even though this one's really rough, I just love running my hands over it at times. It sort of like wakes up the senses. I guess I'm doing some sort of acupressure thingamabob on my hands with the roughness of this geode. I don't know. But it could be the fact of, does it still bring me joy? Yes, it still brings me joy and will be moving forward with me. If it no longer brought me joy, then I would honor it for the service that it has given me and thank it and then release it. Practice trusting your instincts in both the grasp and the release. What you choose to release today creates space for someone else's freedom tomorrow. Letting go can be an act of love across generations. It says we don't have to carry what no longer fits. If there's a trait that's been passed down through generations or something that's been passed down through generations that no longer serves the family, give thanks for it, honor it, give thanks for it, and release it with grace. It no longer needs to move forward. Now, your reflection questions for tonight. I told you how nice and clean this looks without the not for resale across it. I love that. I can actually read the whole back. So your reflection questions that can go in here on one of these porch light notes pages. We've got 4 of them tonight for you, if I can read them. What are you currently holding on to that no longer feels aligned? It doesn't feel aligned with what you are doing. It doesn't feel aligned with where you are going. It doesn't feel aligned with who you're becoming. What are you afraid might happen if you let go? What could happen? If you let go, what could happen? What truth, value, or dream is worth holding on to right now? You will know in your heart, you will know what truth, value, or dream is worth holding on to right now and which ones you can let go. I have some very big dreams, some very big goals. Is my moving to New Zealand changing those? Kinda. In some cases, in some of them, it's sort of like, well, I can do it in New Zealand. I don't have to be here in the States to do that. It's one that can transfer. So is it worth holding on to that? Absolutely. I may not fulfill it here in the States, but I might be able to fulfill it in New Zealand. And it's one that I've had a very big vision of. There's ones I've had very big visions of things happening and things like that. And I'm hanging on to some of those. Some of them, it's sort of like, let's put that on the back burner for now. They're kind of all on the back burner, but some are on the back burner for the fact of we may be letting that one go. This one over here is on the back burner because right now, we just don't have the time or the energy to concentrate on that. It's still there. We still do things working towards it because every day that we do something that helps us move forward, it could be helping us prepare for that particular dream to come true, that particular dream to turn into a goal and become a reality. So what truth, value, or dream is worth holding on to right now? So yes, are some of my dreams and stuff still worth hanging on to? Absolutely. Will I fulfill them? I honestly don't know now because I'm married to the process, not the result. I know what the result is that I would like, but the process of getting there may take me in a different path that I will end up with a result not exactly like what I visioned, but very close to it. And if I'm married to that result that I want it to look like this, there's going to be a lot of stuff over here in the process that is not going to get done to prepare me for that because I'm hanging on to the results. So we release the results, marry the process, and that's how we get to where we need to be because we will get to that goal. We will achieve that goal. It just may not look exactly how we want it to look, but we still can achieve it, and it will actually be better than what we had imagined it to be. And question number 4, how can you honor the space between release and trust? How can you honor that? Just taking those quiet moments and honoring that space. You know what needs to be released. You know what you need to hang on to. Honor it. Honor it. Just sit in quiet contemplation and honor it. Pull out your reflection journal and just write about it. What's it doing? What's it not doing? And in closing tonight, there is strength in holding on. There is wisdom in letting go. And there is sacred, soulful growth in learning the difference. And with that, we are out of here. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hei konera.